So, we've had quite a few videos now on the GTX 950 overclock. We have achieved great things with it, so we shouldn't be too sad, of course, if we can't reach all our goals, but we should at least try. And now we have reached a state where we have figured out the sort of highest stable core overclock. It was at a core offset of 195 megahertz, which we then used to continue our overclocking adventure with memory overclocking. We stopped last time at a memory frequency offset of 350 megahertz. Our scores in FireStrike, we can see here the overall score that we got. It was the highest, was at a 350 megahertz memory core offset, and it gave us a score of 5,599 points. TimeSpy, we also got our highest score with the same settings, and we got 2071, which is currently the top score for 3DMark for this GPU and CPU combination, which is the AMD 7850K running at 4.2 gigahertz, and the ASUS GTX 950. So, having settled this, I thought that after all, we haven't yet actually hit a cap on the memory overclock, so we should increase it further until we hit a limit. Also, last time we encountered sort of an issue in 3DMark where it reported some strange memory frequencies during our overclock. It said 933 megahertz or so, even though we had increased it. And perhaps that's why we got some performance degradation between 250 and 275. I am not sure, but we will continue to push on and basically see where we end up. Okay. We shall, as usual, start with precision, and we shall increase these to, well, we might as well try 400, why not, right? Apply this, and then run FurMark benchmark, which is now running, and the benchmark is just about to end, and then we shall see what kind of score we get. Right, 2496 points. That is definitely the highest we have achieved yet. Let's do a quick comparison. I realized that I had forgotten to save the score from FurMark bench when we had the 350 MHz memory offset, so I reran that and got 2487. Now I have saved it, the link, and compare it to 400 MHz offset on the core. Yeah, 2487, 2496. So yeah, 9 points, perhaps not a huge uplift, but still an uplift nevertheless. Let's see how that translates for 3DMark. Going for FireStrike first, as usual. Scores are incoming, and we got 5603. Yeah, our last score was 5599, if I am not mistaken. So this is not a huge uplift, but an uplift nevertheless. In that case, let's check the memory frequency. Yeah, now it does it again. It says GPU memory is 933 megahertz. Which is very odd. So yeah, but we did get a few extra points, so I don't know if this is accurate then or not, but let me bring up my sheet. Yeah, looking at this, we didn't gain more than 4 points. The GPU score fell a bit, but we increased on the physics score and the combined score. So yeah, let's see how TimeSpy will fare. So we have in TimeSpy the score to beat will be 2071. And let's see if it still reports 933 megahertz on the mem. So the scores are in, and let's have a closer look. 2078, that is a new highest score. So a new best score, yes. I believe we had, what did I say, 2071 previously as the highest score. Let's check the... Yeah, it still says 933 megahertz, but it should have been corrected. I mean, otherwise we wouldn't have achieved this score, I suppose. So let's compare a bit. Yeah, so we gained 7 overall points. We increased a few points, 7 points as well on the GPU score, and 4 points on CPU. So yeah, still an increase. That's good, and we saw no artifacting from corrupt memory. So let's push on and go for I don't know, 450 perhaps. So 50. I shall quickly run FurMark bench, and we'll see what we get. Yep, benchmark is finishing and no visible artifacting so far. Okay, we have some kind of score. 2504. Well, look at that. We passed 2,500 points. Great. 2504 we got now, and on 450 megahertz offset on the MEM, and 2496 on 400 offset. So yeah, 8 points. Alright, let's see if that still translates into gains of some kind in FireStrike and TimeSpy. Starting off with FireStrike. So the scores are in 5612. That is definitely a higher score than last time, and we are about 113 points away from the best score. Yeah, it still shows 933 megahertz. Okay. Yeah, very nice. Comparing the scores then. So 5612 up from 5603 for overall points. GPU increased to 7361, and physics score decreased a bit, and combined score decreased a bit, but overall we did increase 9 points. Alright, without further ado, it's time for, you guessed it, TimeSpy. So, TimeSpy has finished, and we got 2083 points. It is the best score, but what did we get last time? Okay, comparing then, we did gain 5 points overall. GPU score has passed 2100 to 2105. The CPU score stayed the same at 1967. Okay, so we're still seeing gains. They are not huge, but nevertheless there are gains, and we haven't seen artifacting yet, so let's push on. I'm setting this to 500 on the memory offset. The memory is really keeping up here. Let's run the FurMark and see how this goes. I can see already that we have a new max of 44 FPS. Average is still 42, but 44 I haven't seen before as a max. And still no visible artifacting, what I can see, which is good. And the benchmark is ending in a couple of seconds. Right. 2508. Okay, let's see if that's a gain. So 2504 was the score for 450 offset, and 2508 on the 500 megahertz offset. So 4 points. Yeah, we're sort of increasing by 4 points or so for every 50 megahertz. It seems. So let's run 3DMark again. Choosing FireStrike. Okay, the run has completed. Still no artifacting, what I could see. And we got, what did we get? 5616. And this is what it looks like. We gained 4 points. But all the small increases that we have made still add up to a total of at least quite a few points. And yeah, we're sort of getting there, but I wonder how much steam there is left in this card. We really want to, 5616 and 5725. Yeah, that's close, but still so far away. And what about TimeSpy? Can we keep extending the lead in the top? Or are we out of luck? Only one way to find out, really, and we're doing it now. So 2090, and we can see that that is in fact a new best score in the history of 3DMark for this CPU and GPU combination, which is great. We're still pushing on. Let's compare it a bit. Yeah, we gained 7 overall points. We're almost at 2100. If we can get past that, that will be pretty cool actually. And GPU points have increased as well. It's the highest we had so far. And the CPU has also increased a little bit. So comparing TimeSpy stock run, we had 1865 points and the GPU score of 1848. The CPU was 1974, which is exactly what we have now. For the CPU score, that is. The GPU has, of course, an overall score have increased a whole lot actually. Great, we shall push on, and we have to hit a limit somewhere, sometime, so we only have to find it. Join me on my journey.